Hi guys, and welcome back to part 2. Christmas is now over, so now we're carrying on with the car. So we're going to go through putting the head back on, putting all the suspension in, and we're going to show you how I made the dash, put all the dash in the car, and it will be ready to go for a rolling road, hopefully ready for next season. So enjoy the show. So once the cams have been nipped down, I haven't torqued anything up yet. We're just making sure that the dot lines up with that line on there, on that cam. Same on that cam, the dot and the line up. So those two there. Got no slack in the chain. Come down to the bottom. I don't know if you can just see that, but just got to make sure that this line here lines up with the join in the casing. They're your 3 timing marks, and all the slack in the chain wants to be on this side, like that, because that's the side the chain tensioner goes on. So next we put the chain tensioner in there, and then that should be everything lined up, ready to go down. Obviously make sure the head was torqued down first, and then once that's all lined up we can just torque these down and just check all the timing again before we turn anything over, and just prove it's all working. Okay, so I think we've got everything back together now. So we're just going to do a first start up. I hope it goes well. So first off, we turn the fuel off, turn the ignition on, and I'm just going to prime the fuel, so we'll turn it over without starting it. So we've got a bit of oil pressure, so that means the oil's gone round. Fuel pump on. So now we've got all the engine back together, you know that's all up and running and working. So we're going to move on to the suspension now. So the rear end is quite a simple job. So we start off by taking the fender off. Just like that. And as you can see, I've already put a damper in here. That's just to hold it all in place. So we take that back out. And we've got new rubber. This is what they call a high-low. So these wind in and out. This is a high-low. That winds in and out against there. And that's how you adjust the height on the suspension. These ones have actually got an Allen key in the back, so once it's all in place you can just put an Allen key through the rear subframe and adjust it in place, which makes it a lot easier. And get a bit of grease. Grease the back of this up. Just makes it easier when you come to take it back off. Sit in there. Same with the high-low. Just grease up the thread inside there. Once we put the rear damper back in. And that's it. We'll put the nut on the back of the damper, on the back of here, lock that in, and then we'll adjust all the ride height and everything when we do the geometry setup. As I said, it's quite a simple job. So we'll do the same on the other side, and then I'll show you the front. As you can see here, the front suspension's pretty much the same as the back suspension in the sense that you've got a rubber and a high-low. The only difference is this is more conventional, where it goes sort of up and down with the suspension as opposed to the rear, which is a push rod. So we're just going to put this basically rubber in the top, high-low below, sat on the wishbone, and then put that all back in. As you can see, that's all in ready to go now. I'll do the same on the other side, and that will be finished. Put the wheels back on, and it can sit back on the ground again. Then we just got to take it for a geometry setup, which we'll do when we do the rolling road. So the final part I was going to show you was the dash that I was going to build. Basically last year, when I had my helmet on, the bottom part of the helmet was covering we're just under half of the dial, so you can only see the top half of the dial. It's a bit distracting when you're trying to sort of go around. You want something that's nice and simple, sort of straight in front of you, but not getting in the way. So the idea is to move it up here, but I didn't want to build like a big dash because that's going to start blocking the view out of the window. So I've had numerous ideas of what I want to do, what I can achieve, because obviously I do all of this at home and I'm not fully experienced at everything. So I've come up with an idea now, which I think is going to work. It's going to be fairly simple. You're going to be able to see out the screen, you're going to be able to see what I want to see. Unfortunately though, the bits I ordered haven't turned up in time, so I can't actually show you it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a second video which is literally just building the dash, and I'll go into detail about all the wire inside of it, how I make it all up. I can't give too much away, otherwise there's no point watching the next video. We're going to have a bit of perspex in there, we're going to have some LEDs in there. It might sound a bit over the top, but it's all going to be functional, let's put it that way. I'm always trying to do a video about once a month, just to kind of keep the interest. Gives me time to work on the car and actually do my normal stuff as well. So check back in a couple of weeks and should have another video for you. So thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe if you're enjoying the videos. Leave any comments if you've got any ideas for me to do or any opinions. I'm trying to answer everyone's questions as much as possible. So yeah, thank you very much.